Jack Rutter is my guest, better known as Ritt Momney. And of course, we have to talk about your name. First, do I call you Jack or do I call you Ritt? What do you prefer?
Probably Jack for right now.
So I know the story of the name. It was your band in high school, right? You had an indie band with some of your high school mates. How'd you pick Ritt Momney?
I don't know. It wasn't even like, it was a while after Mitt Romney ran against whoever, like Obama.
Yeah, Obama, yeah.
But he is still just like a really popular guy in Utah. He's actually not even like from Utah. The only thing he has to do with Utah is that he's Mormon. So
yeah, I think he's a
we were just hearing his name all the time. And then we were like, oh, what if it was one of my friends was like, what if it was Ritt Momney? And that's the entire story. So.
Well, on behalf of radio personalities across the country, across the world, that introduce your song and have to really stop and think before they say Ritt Momney, thank you.
Yeah.
So, Jack, how'd you get started making music? Are you all completely self-taught?
Yeah, essentially. I took like my mom actually taught piano lessons while my dad was going to school just to like make ends meet, and she taught me when I was like 4 or 5, and then I quit, and ever since then I've been self-taught. But
is piano your primary instrument?
Yeah, I would say so. It's probably like it's probably mostly piano, and then a little bit below piano is guitar. But yeah, my favorite thing to do is to produce, and I kind of started doing that.
And how did you learn all the equipment? I was reading about you started with one application, and you moved on eventually to GarageBand. It's just tedious trying to learn all that stuff. I've tried. I usually give up.
I mean, yeah, it's thank God for YouTube.
Amen.
It really, yeah, YouTube makes it, like, if there's any aspiring producers out there, like, the most amazing part about YouTube is that you can have the most specific question and you can probably find an answer to it on YouTube. Like,
I bought a Halloween decoration.
What threshold should I put my compressor at when I'm like recording my vocal, and that kind of stuff. But,
yeah, you can find a YouTube tutorial for absolutely anything. I bought a Halloween decoration once. It's this girl on a swing. It's like $20. I could not figure out how to put it together. There were no instructions. So I thought, I'm going to give it a shot. And sure enough, some 14-year-old kid had a tutorial on how to put this stupid Halloween decoration up. But that's enough about Halloween. Let's talk about your music. Let's talk about your mega hit, Put Your Records On, of course, a cover of the Corinne Bailey Rae song from 2006. What's the procedure when an artist wants to record a cover? Do you have to get permission?
Not like permission, but you have to like check this thing off that you're willing to give the songwriter's portion of the proceeds to them. But yeah, I mean, I really did not expect it to be anything.
Yeah, I think I read that this was just a fun song that your mom used to play in the minivan when she was carting you around, and you described it as a sunshiny song, and so you put it out, and it has just skyrocketed.
Yeah, it's been crazy. The power of TikTok, I guess.
Well, explain to folks that don't completely understand how TikTok is so instrumental these days. You put it out on TikTok, and that's how it was discovered?
Well, I put it out through one of the websites. Like it's called DistroKid, and that's how a bunch of people put out their music. And it like automatically puts it on TikTok, like available to be used. And a huge way that like songs will blow up these days, like from newer artists, from artists that aren't already like really successful, is like just trends on TikTok. Like if somebody starts a trend with your song, and it's like a cool or funny, like accessible trend, like you're pretty free.
Yeah, and it's interesting, the songs that do take off big time. They can be 3 or 4 years old. They can be 15 years old. They can be kind of sleeper hits originally, but then on TikTok, that hook just resonates with people. It's remarkable. It's very interesting to me. So Jack, when you have such success right out of the gate, I know you've been making music for a long time, but most of us discovered you because of the cover. It's kind of a double-edged sword, isn't it?
Yeah.
Explain.
I mean, it's like it's tough. Okay, obviously I always have to preface it because sometimes I forget like this is the coolest thing ever that's happening to me right now. Like the coolest opportunity ever, and so many musicians just don't get quite as lucky. And but like that being said, it has been kind of tough to reconcile the song and what I want to make going forward. And like immediately when this song started doing well and I like started working on the music I'd been working on already, it was just kind of like, it was like, oh man, like now none of the Put Your Records On fans are gonna like this stuff, because it really wasn't super the cover isn't super indicative of like my style, like my writing sensibilities, I guess.
Because your style, I'm familiar with some of your work, and it's certainly not as sunshiny as this song.
Yeah, definitely not as sunshiny, not as poppy.
Which is good. I mean, I think that's totally fine.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, yeah, I like the music, like the kind of style that I've put out, but like I've seen like artists try to take like left turns from their big hits, you know.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it can not end well for them.
Well, I think we're excited to hear what you have next. I know we certainly are here in Portland. Now, as mentioned, Ritt Momney started out as a band, but you're now totally a solo artist. Do you feel like that's a better fit for you, being a solo artist?
I think so. I've always really like when it was a band, like I really cared about being like the writer, or like at least like I guess I was like the writer, or at least like the main writer. And it was just always like I liked what people were like contributing and stuff. But there's just something that like when it's like all you, like when you put out a song that like you did completely by yourself, like there's just a feeling of like honesty in that, I guess, that I really care about. But yeah, so just having like total creative control has made it kind of like more fun and more fulfilling for me.
Jack, before I let you go, I know you were supposed to be on tour last year with another favorite artist of mine, Dayglow, Sloan Struble. Any chance that could happen in 18 months or 12 months? Have you heard anything?
I'm not sure. We're both like in very different places now than we were then. And yeah, I mean, he actually flew me out to Austin a while ago, and we worked on some stuff. We worked on he helped like produce and write the last single that I put out. He's an awesome guy, like one of the nicest people I know. Definitely one of the nicest people I've met like in the music industry. Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see. That would be awesome, but we'll see.
Are you still in Utah, Jack? Is that where you spent most of the quarantine?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for taking the time. I know I only have 10 minutes with you, so I have to let you go or your people will yell at me. We can't have that, Jack.
Sorry about that.
Congratulations on your success. Looking forward to hearing lots more from you, Jack Rutter.
Thanks so much. Appreciate
Ritt
it.
Momney. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks.